Hey everybody, thanks for coming back. My name is Chris, and I am here to tell you a little bit about Clash Royale and show you a couple of the games that I played today, and hopefully we can take away a little bit of a message, we can learn something, and we can get a little better at the game. So I lost a few trophies from yesterday. I like playing online. I don't mind risking my trophies. I want to play against people whose decks I don't know. I want to learn more. I want to know the strengths and weaknesses of my deck and of my thought process while I'm playing the game. So in today's matches, we have a couple of level 8s, and I'm only a level 7, so we're going to go up against these guys who are higher level than me and hopefully take them down. So here we go. I'm playing against Humid? Is that what that said? I don't know, but I give him a thumbs up, and Humid doesn't say anything back, which I don't know, like, why be so rude? I said good luck. Like, we're trying to have a friendly game here, and he's just being not very nice, so whatever. I say thanks for the good luck, but yeah, anyway, so at the beginning of the game, I was thinking about putting down my Inferno Tower. I ended up not and waiting to see what he dropped, because if he dropped like some squishy troops, I call them squishies, like the minions, the minion horde, the spear goblins, the goblins. The Inferno Tower doesn't do great against the squishies. It does good against the big things with a lot of minions. So once he dropped the golem, I thought to myself, okay, sure. Now I'll drop the Inferno Tower because I'm going to need it eventually anyway. So with the poison spell with the barbarians, with the Inferno Tower, I end up holding off that huge push, and I'm going to start a little push of my own. I wait till he responds to those barbarians. I wait for him to drop those goblins. I wait for him to drop more elixir.
Let's go.
Before I drop my balloon, I show that I have the balloon. He drops a princess. Oh my goodness, I don't have a princess. I don't plan on getting a princess anytime in the future. Whenever I play against somebody with a princess, I freak out a little bit because I'm like, oh my goodness, this person has definitely spent a good amount of money on the game. But it doesn't relate to how good they are or how well they play with that card. So look at that. Somebody who's got like better cards than me, already up one tower to 0. And now my objective, I said this in the video yesterday, is not to be too pushy. Don't try to go for that 2 or 3 crown win when you're up 1-0. If you think you have the edge over this person and you can defend against everything they've got, defend. 1-0 is still a victory. So there, a very important lesson to take away from that is I waited for those spear goblins to come to my side before I dropped my Inferno Tower. Why do that? The Crown Tower shoots arrows, guys. Don't forget that the Crown Tower does damage. If there are squishies coming to your side, a little bit of goblins but nothing else behind them, don't worry about it. Take that damage. Don't waste your elixir against something that's coming over your side. It's going to do a couple hundred points of damage to your tower, and then whatever you drop to defend is now pushing on offense with nothing to protect them. That's not a really good push, and you could just take that damage, take that little bit of damage, and go use that elixir to have a better push in the future. So now he's on his final push in double elixir, and I dropped the balloon. Now I didn't drop the balloon to get him to go after his tower. I dropped that balloon to make Humid react. That's why that balloon went down there. I dropped it so that he would have to split up his army, making it weaker. Weaker armies are easier to defend against, and I was able to hold off his attack because I weakened his army a little bit, and I freeze the King Tower, and I laugh at him a little bit because he was rude to me. So thanks for the trophies, Humid. Hope to run into you again. That was a good game, I guess. Now we go into another match. We learned a couple of things that last game. We learned about taking a little bit of damage and not using too much elixir to defend against something that's not going to do too much damage to your tower, and waiting to put troops down. Now, at the beginning of this game, he drops a Dark Prince and a Wizard right off the bat, and that is not a little bit of damage that I would have taken. That is a lot of damage. That is, in fact, way too much damage. So I defend. I drop the Valkyrie and the Inferno Tower, and I am able to defend against that attack. So now I have my Inferno Tower. Well, now it's gone. My Inferno Tower. He's got his Tesla up. So I drop my barbarians in the back left-hand side of the base. Why do you drop troops in the back of your base, guys? You drop troops in the back of your base to build up your elixir. So it takes the barbarians a few seconds to walk through your side of the map to get to the river. Once they get to the river, instead of having, like, the barbarians cost 5 elixir, right? If you drop them at the front, you only have 5, maybe 6 elixir to drop behind them. If you drop the barbarians in the back of your base, while they're walking, you're gaining elixir. You're gaining the potential to drop more of your cards in a push. So that's what I did there. You're also getting them to show their hands. Like, if they try and defend your barbarians or whatever you drop in the back too soon, you might be able to react and counter their defense and get your troops in to do a little bit of extra damage. So with the barbarian and the balloon push, I was able to get over to that tower and do enough damage with the barbarians and the balloon without the help of the free spell to take down that tower, which ended up coming in handy because if I had dropped 4 elixir using that freeze, that Dark Prince that he dropped back there, remember that? That would have gotten to my tower and I would have taken a ton of damage. So trying to find a delicate balance between pushing too hard or not pushing enough, saving your elixir when you drop it, we'll cover all that through examples. In this game, you can see that while I'm on defense, I'm kind of waiting for him to show his hand before I defend. Part of this game is getting your opponent to show their hand. Learn the cards that they have. Learn what they're trying to do to defend against your push. I'll give you an example at the end of this video, but now see, he's showing his hand. He's dropping his minion horde and his barbarians. I was just sitting back waiting for him to do something. When he dropped his minion horde, arrows. When he drops his barbarians, my barbarians. He's dropped the Dark Prince. That thing is just kind of is dead behind my Valkyrie. So he drops a princess in the back trying to get a little push in, but it's not going to work out for him, and I'm going to take this game. So good game. I love food. Love the name. That was good. So what were we talking about a little bit earlier? Oh yeah, that's right. We were trying to talk about gaining knowledge. So let me give you an example, right? I use the balloon. A lot of people try and counter the balloon with the minion horde. So sometimes I'll drop a balloon just randomly, just to see what they're going to do about it. And let's say it's the minion horde. So I drop a balloon once, they drop a minion horde, takes it out, no problem, right? Second time, drop a balloon, they drop a minion horde, takes it out, no problem. Then maybe the third time, maybe the fourth time, I have my arrows ready. So when my balloon gets over to their side, I'll preemptively drop the arrows because there's a pretty good chance they're going to defend again with the minion horde. And you drop the arrows and they're flying through the air and you see those minions spawn and just take them all out. There's no better feeling than watching your balloon get to the tower after a prediction like that. So that's what I mean by gaining knowledge. I'm out of time. Thanks for coming, guys. You have a good day.